You are listening to the Coach's Corner Show on KYNT, Yankton's home team. Now, let's get you caught up on Yankton High School athletics with SDBA and NSMA Sportscaster of the Year award winner and the voice of Yankton Bucks and Gazelles athletics, KYNT Sports Director, Bryce Ladwig.
All right, welcome into the Coach's Corner. Good morning. This is Bryce Ladwig. Coach's Corner Show powered by Explorers Credit Union. Wherever you want your financial journey to take you, Explorers Credit Union is here to help with the vision of financial empowerment for everyone. Discover the difference at explorerscu.com. Coaches join us on the Pizza Ranch phone line for legendary chicken and the best pizza. It's Yankton Pizza Ranch. It's on Broadway. You can call 665-1222. Interviews with all the coaches here this week. Braden Butler did catch up with Coach Jeff Gross, Yankton Track and Field, so he had that interview. All of these were recorded on Thursday. Yeah, busy week. And that's the spring season for you. Whether the coaches are super busy, I'm busy with things are busy with things, I don't know. We get the interviews when we can get them, so we'll have all those for you here this morning. And when we come back from our first break, we'll just dive right in. Start with Yankton Bucks tennis, move our way to Yankton Track and Field, Gazelles golf, Gazelles softball, and of course Yankton baseball last night. Yankton baseball defeated Mitchell in a doubleheader, 10-2 and 8-1. Really the final scores. I have the post game with Coach Drew Lawrence from that one. That's all around the corner here on the Coach's Corner. Good morning.
Summer's here. Now's the time to shift into gear. Explorers Credit Union's the place to go. With discounted auto loan rates that steal the show. 1% cash back, take the ride. Rates as low as 3.99 APY. Cruise into savings, take the ride. Terms and restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Explorers Credit Union. Join the drive today.
Spring is the perfect time of year to start upgrading your home. And what better place to start than with your garage doors? This is Cody Miles, owner of Upper Midwest Garage Door. We offer a wide variety of American-made, unique Clopay garage doors, free in-home consultations, a digital preview of the new garage doors on your home, and the expert small-town service you deserve. Home improvement season is here. Get started today with your local independent Clopay dealer. Give us a call, stop by, or learn more at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
My name is Rachel Lindholm, and I'm a sophomore at Mount Marty. Mostly, Mount Marty is it's like home to me. The community is awesome. No matter who you're talking to, whether in dining services or the residence life team, everyone loves talking to everyone else, and everyone's super interested in getting to know you, and everyone loves making you feel like you are home.
Start your journey at Mount Marty University. Schedule a tour online at mountmarty.edu.
Isn't it great when things work how they should? Like the award-winning free checking from FNBO. No monthly fees, no minimums, and no overdraft fees, ever. Online, in the app, on the go, or down the street. You be you, and we'll make it easy to bank your way and manage your account. Here's to simple, flexible, and free. Here's to checking that works the way you want it to. Visit fnbo.com to learn more or stop on by. FNBO Free Checking. Member FDIC.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner. Let's start talking Yankton Bucks tennis. Joining us on the Pizza Ranch phone line this Thursday afternoon as we're recording this, Coach Ryan Haig. Coach, how we doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. We have a couple of competitions to go over here before we preview what's next for the Yankton Bucks. Back on Monday, traveled to Mitchell in a quad, took on Pierre. And Mitchell, obviously, you defeated Pierre 9-0, then eventually fell to Mitchell 5-4. And I'll just kind of open it up to you, Coach, as we always do. Just kind of run through those competitions for us.
Yeah, anytime you go out to play another ESD school, it's going to be a battle, and that's exactly what we got on Tuesday on Monday in Mitchell. And, we went out there and we faced off against a a younger peer squad. Those guys are going through, a little coaching transition, and they're a little bit younger players, but, they're solid players in their own right. But we played very well, and, we're able to get off the court with an 8-1 victory, or 9-0 victory, I believe, over Pierre. So, kind of took care of business there, but we knew that Mitchell was going to be the one that we had, on the radar for that particular day. Mitchell was a very good team when we played them earlier in the season, and we were able to win 5-4. And anytime the score is that close, that anything, if anything goes against you, things get flipped around in a hurry. And that's kind of what happened with us Monday in Mitchell. Mitchell was able to actually flip 2 scores on us. They changed their player at number 6, and that made a little bit of a difference for them. And so they flipped the scores on us at flight 6 singles. They also flipped the score, I believe, for us at number 3 singles. But we flipped the score on them at number 2 singles. So they flipped 2 scores, we flipped 1 score, and the result was a 5-4 loss. So that kind of lit the fire, I think, a little bit under the guys. We want to battle strong against those ESD schools, and at the same time, we want to come away with wins as many times as we can. And so I think it maybe left a little bit of a sour taste in the guys' mouths, which at this point in time of the season is probably a good thing, because postseason's just around the corner. So, they'll know that next time they step on the court against not only a Mitchell athlete, but also other ESD opponent, we better be playing our best tennis, or, we could get caught between a rock and a hard place, that's for sure. So, overall, an average day, an okay day, I guess a learning opportunity on Monday at that ESD triangular, and, kind of set the tone for what needed to happen in Sioux Falls on the following day and Tuesday.
Yeah, ESD competition always tough. I know that the Bucks are always focused on that, and you're always talking about how competitive Sioux Falls schools always are, and that showed on Tuesday. Obviously at Sioux Falls Lincoln High School, Yankton falls to Lincoln 6-3, and then Christian, I believe, Sioux Falls Christian 8-1, and I'll let you kind of talk about those.
Yeah, 2 of the top programs in the state, hands down, regardless of class. Sioux Falls Christian is going to walk away with their state title at Class A. They'll have absolutely no competition, I don't believe. I think they could easily win all 9 flights and have state champions all the way down their lineup. Very high caliber team, very good young team that has obviously worked very, very hard throughout the off season to improve their game. And, those guys are going to be a dangerous crew for many years to come. Sioux Falls Lincoln, obviously AA school. I believe they've won 16 of the last 20 AA state titles. So, their tradition is in their favor. We fought very hard against that Lincoln team to get the 3 wins that we did. I think that's about the most wins we've had against Sioux Falls Lincoln in a number of years. So, got a big win at 1 doubles. We got a big win at 3 doubles, and we got a big win at, I believe, 4 singles. So those guys all fought very, very hard, and the whole team fought very hard. It was a very hot day, which I think is actually in our favor. Our guys have proven that our conditioning and our fitness is very, very good. And I think that definitely benefited us in not only those wins, but also those losses. Although the scoreboard looks a little bit lopsided, it was very close in many of the matches. It's just we couldn't quite find a way to scratch out enough wins to put the scoreboard in our favor at the end of the duel. But always good opportunity to face that kind of caliber of competition at this time of the year as well. That's championship type tennis, and we need to focus on championship tennis, because with the ESD tournament and the state tournament looming, we need to be playing at that level every time we step on the court in order to prepare ourselves for that important time of the season.
Well, you say looming, but I think playoff tennis is literally here, because you have the ESD tournament on Monday. But before that, you will go to Brookings on Saturday, as this is playing on KYNT for a Brookings quad. You will not take on Brookings. I think I saw that note, right? But
yeah, that's correct.
And then ESD meet in Watertown. So your schedule is about to just really get, it's already been busy, but now it's about to get crazy as the season ends.
Yeah, that's right. As we talk right now, we're in Brookings playing Aberdeen Central and Huron. Aberdeen Central has proven to be a very improved team from a year ago. If you take a look at their scores are very, very similar to what we have done all season long against equal opponents or against common opponents. So, we need to be on our best form, and we need to be playing our best tennis when we match up against Aberdeen Central, no doubt about it, because again, tough losses at this time of the year generally means, a tougher seed come tournament time. So, every match is important. We need to play with our focused, and we need to go in with a game plan and execute. There's no doubt about it. Huron, again, those guys are fearless. They're relentless, and they play a heck of a tennis game. So, those guys will come out and they want to play fast paced. They want to play power tennis. And we need to figure out how to kind of, match that pace and match that power and play with experience, because of the experience that we put on the court oftentimes gets us through some tough situations. And, there's no doubt that when we play Aberdeen and Huron, they're going to put us in some tough situations. But I think our experience will get us through and hopefully come home with a couple nice W's on the day.
All right, Coach, thanks for catching us up, and thank you so much for joining us here on the Pizza Ranch phone line.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Coach Ryan Haig, Yankton Bucks Tennis. We'll take a break, come back, and continue right here on the Coach's Corner.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Get out, get active, and explore Yankton together. It's Yankton Medical Clinic's Where's the Y Guy Challenge. Yankton Medical Clinic is promoting preventative health with a community adventure that's all about wellness, fun, and local discovery. And you could win up to $500 in Yankton Thrive Bucks just for playing along. Follow Yankton Medical Clinic on Facebook for weekly clues on where the Y Guy is hidden. Find him, snap a selfie, and tag Yankton Medical Clinic on Facebook. Let the challenge begin.
The other day, a woman came into the UPS store to make some color copies for a project. As we were finishing up, she asked if we could help her design and print graduation announcements for her daughter. The answer? Of course we can. Hi, this is Doug with the UPS store of Yankton. For over 8 years, we've been helping families with everything from basic copies to beautifully customized graduation announcements. Come see us at the UPS store today and let us help make your special occasions even more memorable.
You asked, and we listened. The Hy-Vee Market Grill is serving up a new menu full of everything you've been craving. Start your day right with our brioche French toast, plus a side of our favorite golden hash browns. Yes, that's right, they're back. Plus, add some bold flavor to your next meal with our Rise and Shine burger or a plate of wings. Whether you're looking for weekend brunch or an easy weeknight meal, stop by the Hy-Vee Market Grill to grab something tasty for the whole family.
Have aches and pains taken you out of your game? At First Chiropractic Centers, we have been helping people get back into their game for nearly 40 years. Whether your game is sports related, or it looks more like gardening, household chores, exercising, or just daily life, if your pain is preventing you from enjoying or participating in your chosen activity, we can help. With offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Wagner. First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Spring is the perfect time of year to start upgrading your home. And what better place to start than with your garage doors? This is Cody Miles, owner of Upper Midwest Garage Door. We offer a wide variety of American-made, unique Clopay garage doors, free in-home consultations, a digital preview of the new garage doors on your home, and the expert small-town service you deserve. Home improvement season is here. Get started today with your local independent Clopay dealer. Give us a call, stop by, or learn more at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
When it's time to celebrate, Pizza Ranch is ready. This is Mike with the Yankton Pizza Ranch. We've got plenty of room and plenty of food on our buffet for everyone, loaded with pizzas, desserts, and the country's best chicken. Everyone leaves a winner, so make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch of Yankton, available every day from 11 to 8.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
Ever have one of those days? Your car breaks down. Your dog decides your couch is a chew toy. And, oh yeah, a tree falls on your roof. Don't worry, Missouri River Associates has you covered. Auto, home, pet mishaps, we're here for all of life's little oops moments. Call 665-6885 for your free quote. Because life happens, and we're ready for it.
It's calling, summer's here. Now's the time to shift into gear. Explorers, credit unions, the place to go. With discounted auto loan rates that steal the show. 1% cash back, take the ride. Rates as low as 3.99 APY. Cruise into savings, take the ride. Terms and restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Explorers Credit Union, join the drive today.
Spring is the perfect time of year to start upgrading your home. And what better place to start than with your garage doors? This is Cody Miles, owner of Upper Midwest Garage Door. We offer a wide variety of American-made, unique Clopay garage doors, free in-home consultations, a digital preview of the new garage doors on your home, and the expert small-town service you deserve. Home improvement season is here. Get started today with your local independent Clopay dealer. Give us a call, stop by, or learn more at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
Brayton Butler here on the Coach's Corner. Joining me on the Pizza Ranch phone line is Yankton head track and field coach Jeff Gross. Coach Gross, how are you doing this morning?
Very good. Incredible day yesterday. We're recording this on a Friday, so yesterday was our big First Dakota relays. We thank First Dakota for their sponsorship of that, and it was a fantastic day. Today we host the middle school kind of equivalent to that, which is our quarterback club relays, and we appreciate the Yankton Quarterback Club who sponsors the awards for that. And our kids get a great opportunity to do, of course, the thing that they love to do is perform and improve during the spring, but they also get to serve in some servant leadership areas by helping run events and stuff. So it's a great opportunity for our kids.
And Coach, talking about yesterday's, as you mentioned, we're recording this on a Friday morning, but talking about yesterday's First Dakota relays, a very good day for the Bucks and Gazelles. If I remember right, 11 event victories, 6 for the Bucks, 5 for the Gazelles. And I know, obviously, it's a team effort, a lot of different athletes doing very well, but a name I want to focus on right off the bat is Connor Slaba. I know we talk about him a lot, but took first place in the 200, 400, and then also was part of the 400-meter relay with Alex Swihart, Evan Sirk, and Tegan LaCroix. So talk about Connor Slaba a little bit. I know he actually worked as an intern for us in the fall, so I know he has some lofty goals in the track and field season. So talk about him, and then also just the Bucks in general and how they did yesterday.
Yep. I want to name another person if I were to miss him, but Abe Chance is another one that sticks out yesterday, who is cut a lot from the same cloth as Connor is, more of a distance runner, of course, but they're both very goal oriented. They're both going to compete in college in track and field and in cross country in Abe's situation, and in football for Connor's situation, along with Carson Ness as well at Northwestern. Abe will be down at Concordia, but you mentioned Connor specifically, and Connor, I've had either hundreds or thousands of student athletes, somewhere up there, a lot of them, a lot of state placers, a lot of state champions, but I don't know if I've ever had an athlete that loves and digests track and field the way Connor does. And, he's always communicating with me about results that are going on around the state. And it's not an arrogance or anything. He just is a track fan, and it shows. And his love of the game just makes me excited to do, and it makes our other coaches that work with him excited to do what they do with him. So very, very excited to see him get the accolades that he's getting, to run the times that he's getting, because he is proof. I mean, if you looked at Connor's pictures as a freshman and a sophomore and just see the growth that he has had, but he is living proof that you put the work in, you're going to get the results. And he's put in the work with Coach Rosie. He's put in the work in whatever sports he's in. He's put in the work on his own time, just, looking at YouTube videos, working on his start. Sometimes kids ask me, Coach, what can I do to get better? Well, you can look at what Connor Slav is doing, and that's one of the things you can do to get better is just work your tail off. And that's exactly what he has done, and he's getting the rewards of that.
And looking at some of the other Bucks as well, just rounding out, I mentioned 6 event victories. Slava had a hand of 3 of those. You brought up Abe Chance. He won the 1600 yesterday. And then Miles Drotzman took first in the 300-meter hurdles. And then William Rounds took first in the pole vault. So if you have anything else to say about the Bucks side of it, or we can move on to the Gazelles as well.
No, you mentioned them there. Want to mention our boys 4x1. We had a combination there yesterday of Evan Sirk, Tegan LaCroix, Alex Swihart, and then anchored by Connor Slava. They came within an eyelash of breaking the school record in the 4x1, had a little handoff, little mix-up on one of the exchanges, but I know the boys were disappointed with that, but probably didn't take as much time off as they think it did. It did take a little bit of time off, and when you're in the 4x1, I think we've now got the 6th fastest time in the state, so that's kind of exciting. Thinking back to last year, we lost Austin Goebel off of that team. I was kind of concerned about our 4x1. Were we going to be able to run the times that we did last year? And the guys have been kind of talking smack to me about it all year that, hey, we can run this thing, and they didn't really convince me of that until yesterday. So excited for that going forward, if that's the direction we feel we are most prone to score some points in at ESD and state going down the road.
Shifting gears to the Gazelle side of things at yesterday's relays, it's a 5 event victories and similar names taking part in a lot of them. A couple of relay victories. You had Rosalind Adamson took first in the 100-meter. You guys won the 400-meter relay. That was Adamson, Berkeley Olson, Olivia Demmer, and Jocelyn Elwood. And then in the 800-meter relay, Berkeley Olson again, Aviana Seiler, Tyann Bestie, and once again, Rosalind Adamson in that. And then some more individual event victories with Seiler taking first in the 400-meter and then Bestie first in the high jump. So looked like across the board, similar names involved in the event victories, but a couple relay wins for the team. So how are you feeling about the Gazelle side of things with 5 event victories yesterday?
No, very good. The thing that was very unique, I'm going to focus mainly on our 4x2 because 4x200-meter relay, that was kind of unique in a couple of different ways. First of all, we ran 2 teams that would be varsity quality teams in that. We went first and second in that event. Our girls' varsity team, quote unquote, ran the 4th fastest time in the state, and I'll come back to that team in a second. 2 of the runners on that, you mentioned them, were Berkeley Olson and Rosalind Adamson, and then our second team ran the 7th fastest time in the state this year, and both of those teams beat Sioux Falls Christian, who has an extremely good 4x2 team, and we beat them handily, so that was exciting to see as a coach, just to have 8 quality runners. We could flip-flop any of those onto the other team, and that they would have run probably the same times. But then the girls that won that, mentioning Berkeley and Roslyn, that team broke the school record, and ironically, both of their mothers were on the team that had set that record back in the early 2000s. So it was kind of fun. We got some pictures taken with those relay teams that broke the record of their mothers. And, I've heard that at home, those mothers have been holding that over those girls, and now the shoe's kind of on the other foot. So we'll see how the mothers react to that. Of course, that's all in fun. But, that's the cycle of life, and the daughters have knocked off the mothers. So that's kind of fun.
It's nice to hear about generations of Gazelles that continue to compete. And then now as you mentioned, the younger generation gets some bragging rights over the previous generation there. And
take that.
Exactly. And younger generation, just, I know we talked about it a lot, but just seems to be the trend for Yankton. I mean, Olivia Dimmer, a upperclassman, a senior who's competed very well, but outside of Dimmer, you look at these relay teams. I believe Jocelyn Elwood and Berkeley Olson are sophomores. Aviana Seiler is an underclassman as well. Tyann Bestie and Rosalind Adamson, I believe, are 8th graders, if I'm not mistaken. So, like, this is the youth of the Gazelles, good mix of youth and veteran leadership, as we seem to always talk about.
Yep, and it's absolutely exciting, the thing that these girls are going to do. I mean, what they showed us yesterday, we're hoping for a 3rd, 4th place finish at ESD. And the girls kind of have proved that they're ready to do that. Harrisburg, Brandon Valley, they're kind of on a different level than everybody else in the ESD, just with the quantity of athletes that they have. But, Pierre's doing very well right now on the girls' side. They've got some incredible sprinters. They've got the young lady running in the 55s in the quarter. They've got a girl running under 12 seconds in the 100. But, depth-wise, our girls' distance, hopefully we can get something out of the throws and the field events, triple jump, long jump, high jump. But on the track, sprint-wise, we're definitely showing some depth there. In the hurdles, we're looking good with Tyann and Olivia, you mentioned. And our distance is going to kick some stuff in there, too. We're proud of those girls with Abby Johannesson. Rylan Jackson looked really good yesterday. She PR'd in the 800. We got a very dedicated group of girls there. Got some veterans, but we've got some veterans that are still very young as well, but we've got some senior veterans, but we've got a lot of youth that we're going to be able to lean on this year and in years to come. Those girls have not yet begun to blossom. So, like you said, it's going to be fun.
And you brought up ESD there, meet coming up next Saturday, I believe in Harrisburg, if I'm not mistaken. That's May 17th. You mentioned some expectations on the Gazelles side. What are your overall expectations and goals for the team heading into that next week?
Well, they're kind of the same on both sides. I mentioned Brandon and Harrisburg have kind of got the quantity on everybody else in the conference, it seems like. They don't have necessarily all the quality. They got quality athletes too, but they've got the quantity of quality spots to cover all the events. But, after those first 2 bigger schools, which are about 50% to 80% larger than the rest of us, we hope we're right in there in the mix for the 3rd and the 4th place spots on both the boys' side and the girls' side. Of course, I want to finish in 3rd on both of them. We'll just kind of see how the points shake out, and coaches, we're going to be planning that this weekend, but we're going to give it our best shot. We're healthy going into it. We got a couple little dings on both the boys and the girls' side. We lost September Rao a couple weeks ago to a lower leg injury, and Jack Brandt has been coming along the last couple of years for us. He's got something with his core that's going on, but other than that, we're pretty healthy. So.
Well, Coach, I'd like to thank you for taking time this morning to talk to me for the Coach's Corner, and then good luck to your teams next week. ESD conference meet May 17th up in Harrisburg. Should be a lot of fun, and hoping for some good results for the Bucks and Gazelles.
You guys, thank you for your support.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's 2 best hotels, the Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate with flexible reservation changes, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express, 2 great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
Buying a home isn't just about real estate. It's about investing in yourself. At the Move Group, we believe the best time to buy is when it makes sense for you. Our expert agents put people before transactions, meaning we listen first, provide honest guidance, and help you make a confident decision. No pressure, no gimmicks. Markets change, but the right home is about more than just numbers. It's about finding the right fit for your life and your future. When you're ready, we're here to help. Contact the Move Group today.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT and RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. Visit mtrcsmithinsurance.com. Looking for fuel or more? Stop by Triple Time Rudy's, your locally owned convenience store at 17th and Broadway. At Triple Time Rudy's, they're proud to support the community, offering fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers and backing local activities and events. Inside, you'll discover regional favorites like Dimmick Cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. Whether it's a quick snack, a tank of top-quality fuel, or a taste of local goodness, Triple Time Rudy's, fueling your day, fueling the community.
The thought of moving can be overwhelming. This is Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and with 20 years of experience, I know how to make the process less stressful. The market is just heating up, so if you're thinking of buying or selling, call me and we'll talk about the whole process. And when you're ready, I'll guide you every step of the way. Call me, Deb Speck, with Vision Real Estate, 605-664-5555.
All right, welcome back into the Coach's Corner. And this is Bryce Ladwig. Join us on the Pizza Ranch phone line. Coach Jill Muth, Yankton Gazelles softball. We're recording this on Thursday afternoon because teams are on the road, things are busy, and my daughter Kirby has a dance recital. And there's baseball Friday night. So we're recording this on Thursday. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Bryce.
All right. Right now, Gazelles are on the season 5-8, holding on to being in that top 16 spot. As of right now, obviously, I think it's looking pretty good. Obviously, you want to finish the season strong, but we have a couple of games to go over since the weekend has passed. And I'll go ahead and start with the weekend tournament that was at Sherman Park up in Sioux Falls. And the Gazelles able to take away a couple of victories against Pierre and Watertown.
Yeah, we had a good weekend, or a good Saturday for sure anyway, against Pierre and Watertown. Like you said, you know, we did a lot of good things. We had two girls, Kyra Churchma and Eliza Gurney were, I think Kyra was 7 for 9 in the two games and Eliza was 5 for 7. So, I mean, those two girls hit the ball real well for us in those two games. And Reese Gary pitched real well in one of the games and got a win for us, her first varsity win. And then Madison Gerard and Daly pitched the other game against Watertown and did a nice job there too and got us another win. So it was it was a good all-around team effort for the most part in those two games.
And then Vermilion, that was on Monday, tight one. That's a loss 4-3. That was at Lions Park in Vermilion. And despite class, I mean, Vermilion's a pretty good team, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good battle. I thought maybe that might have been the best game Madison pitched all year for us, you know, and it was, runs were hard to come by, you know, the pitchers were doing a good job and, you know, and Madison actually had a home run and a double. So, I mean, she had a really good day for us and, you know, we just couldn't quite get the runners across the plate. We had several chances late in the innings where we had some girls on and we just couldn't get them in. So, that was a tough one to go over there and not come home with a win.
And now a road trip out west, and you're going to take on Rapid City Stevens. Well, you will have already taken them on, and I'll review it Saturday morning. But Rapid City Stevens on Friday, and then Saturday, Spearfish and Sturgis. So kind of getting the whole West River swing out of the way.
Yeah, we played those three teams out there. We got 3 varsity games and 4 JV games. Rapid City Central is just playing a JV schedule this year, so our JV team is going to play them. So, and we were originally for varsity as well, but they decided earlier this spring that they were just going to play a JV schedule. So we are going out there to play 7 games. It's going to be a busy whirlwind, 24 hours or so of softball, and we're looking forward to going out there and competing and see if we can come home with some wins.
Well, looking forward to it, Coach. And this is it's 8:00 on Thursday, so we'll get this wrapped up. But best of luck to the Gazelles. I know the schedule is really just starting to get a little smaller now, and We talk about how frequent the games are, so you guys are going to be tired, but I'm hoping for a really strong finish down the stretch.
Yeah, we've had a few busy weeks. We had, the week before Easter, we had 3 games. The week after Easter, we had 3 games. Last week, we had 4 games. This week, we have 4 games. So it's been, it's a short season, and it's, you've got prom and you've got all this other stuff, compacted in there, and Easter and end of the school year. So the softball season is really very, very, like you said, compact. And so we're not a ton of practice time, but, it's been, we've been good some games and not maybe as good some other games, but we're just trying to find a way to be consistent and see if we can compete.
Love to hear it, Coach. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. Thanks for having us, Bryce. Have a good night.
Coach Jill Muth, Yankton Gazelles softball. We'll take a break, come back, and continue right here on the Coach's Corner.
Scratching your head when it comes to choosing health insurance for your company? Don't worry. Health insurance is what we do, and our benefits will grow and expand as your company does. With Avera Health Plans, you can count on competitive premiums and access to a broad network of care, including well-being support and mental health benefits. Our comprehensive business health insurance will make you look like the expert. Just ask your insurance agent or go to averahealthplans.com.
Imagine paid vacation, sick leave, holidays, and full medical coverage the moment you started a new job. Plus quarterly profit sharing, 5% 401k match, and a company-paid retirement plan your first day on the job. With Parker of Yankton, you don't have to imagine, because all these benefits begin day one. We are hiring assemblers, material handlers, and line operation techs for both shifts. Don't mind working nights? Enjoy a pay differential of $235. If you're looking to upgrade your career and have day one benefits, apply today at parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
Do you have a pest problem? Bed bugs, bats in the attic, termite damage, earwigs? Olson's Pest Technicians can tackle any of your pest problems. Family owned and operated with over 80 years of pest experience in South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. Proven pest methods include Centricon bait stations for termites and Bicane treatments for bed bugs. Even the toughest pest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUG.
All right, welcome back into the Coach's Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig. Let's start talking Yankton Gazelles golf. We're recording this Thursday afternoon, being joined on the Pizza Ranch phone line, Coach Brett Syme. Coach, how we doing?
We're doing pretty good. Yeah, busy time of year. School kind of starting to wrap up, and we got Yankton Invitational coming up tomorrow. So a lot of things going on.
Yeah, and we'll start. You also just had another competition at Fox Run Golf Course on Tuesday, I believe, the Yankton Quad. Let's kind of jump into that first, and then we'll preview Friday's invite. Is it kind of nice to have a quote unquote soft opening for a home competition?
Yeah, it is. And it was a good competition for us. The teams that were there are quality teams. Mitchell is probably one of the best teams in the state, so it was good to be able to compete against them. And Lincoln and Jefferson, they're good quality teams that we've competed against a couple of times now, and it's been really close between our teams. So I know they weren't able to bring everybody that they wanted to. They had some AP testing in Sioux Falls or whatever, but it was still a great competition for us. Got us out on all 18 holes at Fox Run before our big invitational out at Fox Run, tomorrow. So we're really happy we got to play there. Got a good look at the course. We're pretty used to it, being able to play there, but the greens right now, we haven't had a ton of rain. They're kind of hard. They're kind of fast. And it was good to get to play on them to get a feel for what they're going to be like probably on Friday at the Invitational.
Mitchell took the team victory at 321. Yanked a really nice performance, as you just mentioned, the 362. 10 strokes ahead of Lincoln, and then Sioux Falls, Jefferson, and Harrisburg round out the bottom half of that. And top golfer for Yankton, Ellie Homestead, tied for third with an 80 overall. And then Sabrina Krasky finished 7th. And now I'm just going down the list here. Bailey Anderson at 12th. And Lily Possible at 16th. And so really just some solid performance from all of the Gazelles, Coach.
Yeah, and you could have taken Lily Peschel or Liv Thunker. Both shot 100. Could have been our fourth counting score. And then, we had some other girls play really well. It was kind of a nice tournament because we got to play a lot of girls out there. In fact, our entire team was out there playing. We only had 12 playing in the tournament, but we let everybody else come out and get a feel for what it's like to play in a tournament setting, if you say. So it was a good tournament for us. We also had some other players play really well. Olivia Chipman shot 101, Olivia Woods 104, Everly Bruning 105. All those girls, being able to shoot that is good for our team because what we've got to look for, and one of the biggest things that we try to do, one of the biggest goals that we have is to try and qualify a team for the state tournament. And, to be able to do that, we've got to be able to average better than 106. So it can be 105 point whatever, but it's got to be better than 106. And, as of right now, we're looking like we might be able to get a team in. We've got 3 for sure. We've got a few others that are under that right now, but not a long ways under it. So we've got to keep playing some good golf, and hopefully getting another home match on Friday is gonna help us out.
No, absolutely. And as I'm looking at the schedule, Coach, we talk about this all the time, but all the other spring sports are kind of coming on their last leg, and you're just now reaching your halfway point. So that's what happens when you depend on the weather.
Us and softball kind of the same way, softball I think finishes after we do. So
that's actually true. Yeah.
If they make the state tournament, they'll actually finish the weekend after we're done. But yeah, it is kind of crazy. The Yankton Invite kind of marks the halfway point of the season, and it's usually a big tournament. It's a good quality tournament. A lot of the best teams come here, and I know again we're fighting some things with AP testing and end of the year testing and things like that for some of the schools, but we've still got a good quality field. We got 13 teams coming on Friday. I think 7 out of the 10 ESD schools are going to be here, and then we've got all 5 Sioux Falls schools and Rapid City Stevens coming. So it's going to be a good quality event. We're going to play quite a few girls again. We're going to play 11 girls. We're going to fill our other 5 into some of the spots that, maybe some teams didn't bring a full team of 6. So we're going to play a few more than everybody else. But that's kind of the perks of hosting your own tournament. You can do some of those things. So, but we're looking to have a great tournament. 10 o'clock shotgun start at Fox Run Golf Course. We're back at Fox Run again. They've been such gracious hosts. I just want to give them kudos and really thank them for being good to the program. Hillcrest, I got to give them thanks too, since I'm giving Fox Run thanks. They're always very accommodating to us for practice and everything. We just didn't have a competition out there this year. But really looking forward to competing in the Yankton Invitational and seeing how we can compete against, most all the good teams in the state are going to be there except for Mitchell. Mitchell's not going to be there. They had some conflicts and they couldn't make it. But I was talking to their coach on Tuesday when we played them at Fox Run, and he said he wishes they'd be here, but just couldn't make it work. So going to be a great quality field, and looking forward to a great competition on Friday.
Don't worry, you'll be able to face Mitchell soon. You'll have them back-to-back competitions. Yeah. And last thing, and I'll let you go, Coach, but again, I'm looking at the schedule, and I guess I never really noticed this before, and maybe it's been this way in past years too. I'm not sure, but is this just how the schedule played out? Because you had Harrisburg on back-to-back competitions, and then you have Yankton obviously hosting back-to-back, and Pierre, Lakeview Golf Course at Mitchell, and then Brandon back-to-back as well. It's just going to be a lot of back-to-back competitions.
It is. It is just how the schedule worked out. A lot of those quads, the teams rotate, the towns rotate between who hosts, and it just so happened that, that quad right after the Harrisburg invite, it was Harrisburg's time to host. Next year, that won't happen. This year, the quad we just had, it was our turn to host. next year that won't happen. We won't have the Yankton invite right after that. We'll be going somewhere else. But yeah, it's just the way the schedule worked out this year. And like the Brandon one, Brandon invite's kind of where it normally is, and ESD's at Brandon this year. So it just happened to fall that way. So it's just kind of a weird year. We go to places back to back a lot of times, but yeah, it is what it is.
All right. Excuse me. Well, I'm looking forward, Coach, to seeing how the Yankton invite turns out. Hopefully the weather just stays nice. Supposed to be really nice. And we'll go over all the results on Saturday morning. And I appreciate you joining us.
All right. Thanks a lot.
That's Coach Brett Syme, Yankton Gazelles Golf. We'll go ahead and take a break and come back here on the Coach's Corner.
If you've been suffering from chronic pain or a recent injury, check us out, Lane, Reed, and Cole Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of treatments and techniques, including dry needling, cupping, chiropractic adjustments, and sports rehabilitation.
Our mission is to ensure an individualized and efficient treatment plan to get you back on your feet.
From ankle sprains and sports injuries to neck pain and headaches, we've got your back.
Give us a call or book an appointment on our website. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. Like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision too. That's why State Farm agent Rhonda Westland is right here in Yankton to help you select the right protection at the right price. Rhonda will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Rhonda Westland, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call her. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Looking for the perfect pair of glasses? At Vision Care Associates, we've got you covered. Step into our showroom and discover our vast selection from timeless classics to the latest trends. With several styles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect match for your look. Experience personalized service and expert care, whether you need help finding the right frame or adjusting your new glasses for the perfect fit.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
All right, welcome back into the Coach's Corner. Last night, Yankton Bucks baseball defeated Mitchell in a doubleheader sweep, 10-2, 8-1. Set themselves up nicely for a doubleheader at T today, and hopefully can remain in that top 8 spot to host in the regionals, aka the Sodac 16 Series, best of 3, this next weekend. Caught up with Coach Drew Lawrence in the post game, and here is that conversation. They're being joined up in the booth by Coach Drew Lawrence. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, you betcha.
All right, so as we mentioned before, went on air, Braden was here for the first 5 innings of the game, and then I moseyed on in here, but I saw the end of game 1, a big one, 10-2 victory over the Colonels. Bats seemed to be hot throughout. Braden said they were hot early, and also a really good pitching performance from Sam Goki on the mound.
Yeah, Samuel getting a 0 in that first inning was big. Samuel was perfect through 3.5 or 4 innings. I'm not sure which one it was, but he was perfect there. He didn't give up a base runner, and that's, it's kind of how Samuel pitches. He's going to pitch to contact. He's going to strike a lot of guys out too, though. So when he gets contact, it's weak usually, and that's why his ERA is below 1, at least going into tonight it was. So, there's a reason he has the stats that he does on the mound, and he's been a workhorse for us. We tried to get him out that last inning so we could get him ready for next week. But, him getting a 0 and then our guys being able to put up 4 runs right away, it was huge. It set the tone for the entire night. Being able to do that, know that we were in control, and continue to be in control for the rest of that game and then the next game.
Yeah, and this is our last regular season post game here at Riverside Field. And the reason I'm saying that is, I'm looking back to our first, 2 or 3 post games up here, and the Bats were just kind of struggling early, right? It was early in the season. They just really weren't getting the run production that you'd want, or even really getting on base as much. But it seems in the midway point through the season until right now, the Bats are just really working well for Yankton. Good at bats, hard contact, even on outs. They just seem to be seeing the ball really well.
Yeah, we're hitting the ball now. I wish we could go back and replay those games against Jefferson and Lincoln. We ended up splitting with them without being able to hit, essentially. And then, the trip we went up to Brookings is when we started to hit. That's when...
Because I was there.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. But that's where we started to hit. And we haven't really slowed down from then. If you look at... I was glancing at it today because I wanted to, but the amount of runs that we have scored against the amount of runs we've given up is really drastic. So we've really started to hit the ball. And it's usually top to bottom. 1 through 9 is hitting the ball, and that's what's huge. Turning the lineup over and getting back up to Gavin at the top of the order is big for us.
Yeah, and Evan Cirk 3 walks in this game, and that just really stands out just because of all the BBs I have on my scorebook here. Just really good plate discipline from him.
Cirk is so confident with his ability to put a ball in play that he will, he'll read the situation of what's going on in the game, especially if it's tight. And sometimes he takes until he gets 2 strikes because he has a lot of confidence that he's going to be able to continue to have a good at bat. I'm not, we've stressed it to him, but it's huge. It's huge that Evan's able to do that and be able to find ways to get on base, because it doesn't matter how you get on base if you get on base, and especially with Cirque, with how fast he is, being able to steal bases. So all huge, all big for us.
Yeah, Easton Nelson, a good day for him in the second game. Sack, fly, RBI, a single back in the 4th. Technically a single there in the 6th as well, a run scored, and also just capitalizing on fielding errors from Mitchell. Not just capitalizing, but getting 2 bags on it as well.
Oh, yeah, that was a lot of running for Easton. Nelly's been hitting really well on BP, on field BP. So, we've been talking to him that it was just a matter of time. Just be, continue to be confident. And it was great to see him do it because he's looked really good in practice. So he's able to translate that over today. And I'm thinking he's going to take off and really help us out a lot more.
Well, this next person, if you hear him in a joking way upset that I did this, tell him I apologize. No one feels worse about it than me, but I called Beck Reck and Drew Reckon for the entire first inning. But a great day on the mound.
Beck doesn't care.
Great day on the mound for him, and went deep, threw a lot of pitches, but was efficient, and it's exactly what you want out of him.
Yep, our pitchers were great today, like they always have been. I mean, we have our starting pitchers have done a good job, and we got Mark Cottle waiting there for us if we get into any jams. Or, Mark's the guy who gets us our big out. So we have a lot of confidence in all our pitchers, but we have a lot of confidence in Beck. We have a lot of confidence in Samuel. We got a lot of confidence in Mark. And we'll probably start Mark tomorrow so that we can get him some innings, because we've been able to extend leads to where we didn't really need him to come in too much. But we do need him to get some innings because he's going to continue to be the big out guy like he has been the last 3 years. So.
Have noticed some fielding changes. I'll get you out of here, but some fielding changes the last few games, and obviously I think that's more about you being able to trust guys in multiple positions, right?
We have a lot of trust in our guys. I mean, people have moved all over. The recent changes have been, Samuel's pitched, and we don't want him throwing across the diamond too much, so we're able to slide him over. And Tate hasn't played shortstop for a couple of years probably. I probably did last year a little bit when we went out to the Gopher, but Tate being able to play center and second and short, and moving with Sean over to third, he had no problem with it because he played there a lot last year when Kamshoff was here. And, guys can move all over. It's cool.
All right, I use this on the Coach's Corner show tomorrow morning, so I'll go ahead and do a really quick preview of T, and then we'll get you down to your team.
I don't know much about T, but that's not any different than anybody else that we've faced this year. I don't know too much about anyone we've really played.
I'm always going to ask you anyway, so...
It's high school baseball. You can get into all the numbers. You can get into spray charts. You can get into all that. But we really just have to make good pitches and play defense and be able to hit the ball just like every other team. So we've been doing that pretty well. So we're just going to keep doing that. We'll show up and hopefully get a couple wins.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks to Coach Drew Lawrence for joining us in that post-game interview. And that will actually wrap things up for us here on the Coach's Corner today. And, a relatively quick show. The spring seasons are really just wrapping up and are just kind of really, in a one way, wrapping up, and another way, just pedal to the metal to the finish. But that's the spring season for you. And thanks to our sponsors for making this broadcast go. And, of course, to you, the listener and viewer, KYNT, KYNTV, Yankton's home team and stream. I'm Bryce Ladwig. This has been the Coach's Corner. Go Bucks, go Gazelles, go enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you for listening to Yankton Athletics on KYNT, a Riverfront sports property and Yankton's home team. Be sure to subscribe to the KYNTV YouTube page and hit the notification bell so you never miss the action. You can also find KYNT on Facebook, X, Instagram, and online. Remember, KYNT is your home